Hello, we'll continue with Julius Caesar. So we're at scene three of the play, and in the city of Rome, there's thunder and lightning. Enter Casca and Cicero. So it's a stormy night, and Casca and Cicero are on the stage. Cicero, good evening, Casca. Brought you Caesar home. Why are you breathless, and why stare you so? So Cicero greets Casca. Wishes him good evening, and Cicero asks Casca if he escorted Caesar home, and asks ask him why he's breathless, why he's staring with his eyes open. What has shocked him? What has made him feel so uh, so shocked that he's staring? Why is he staring and breathless? What is the reason? What has he seen? What's gone on? So Casca says, are you not moved when all the way of earth shakes like a thing infirm? So Casca asks Cicero if he is not affected when the whole of the earth to be shaking, seems to be shaking like a weak or unfirm thing. We think that the earth is steady, we think the earth is solid, but on that night, the earth and everything and everywhere in Rome, there is trembling going on as though the earth itself is quaking. And Casca continues, O Cicero, I have seen tempests where the scalding winds have rived the knotty oaks, and I have seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage and foam to be exalted with the threatening clouds. So Casca says that he's seen tempests, he's seen storms where the scolding winds, where the stormy winds have rived the knotty oaks. The oak trees have been ripped apart, they've been rived by the stormy winds. And he says he has seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage and foam to be exalted with the threatening clouds. And says the waves of the ocean have been whipped up into such a frenzy that the waters of the ocean seem to be touching the clouds in the sky. But never till tonight, never till now did I go through a tempest dropping fire. He says he's seen such storms as those, but he says never till that night, that very night, never till that very time did he see a tempest, did he see a storm which dropped fire. Either there is civil strife in heaven, or else the world, too saucy with the gods, incenses them to send destruction. So he says, either there is a civil strife, there is a civil war going on in heaven, and the gods are uh, battling each other in heaven, in the sky, or else the two world, too saucy with the gods, incenses them to send destruction. So, if the people pray to the gods, if the people, appease the gods with various prayers and rituals and ceremonies and offerings, the gods will be calmed. But if the people go astray, if they commit too many sins, if they commit too many wrongs, if the world is sunk knee deep in sin and vice, then the world will be too saucy with the gods, it will be too cheeky with the gods, and the gods will send destruction upon the world. So that the that night in Rome sees the sees fire dropping from the sky. Cicero, why? Saw you anything more wonderful? So Cicero is curious. He asks, did you see anything more wonderful? Casca, a common slave, you know him well by sight, held up his left hand, which did flame and burn like 20 torches joined. So Casca tells Cicero, there is a common slave. There is a slave, and Cicero knows him well. This slave, he held up his left hand. That left hand did burn as though it was lit by 10, 20 torches, and yet his hand, not sensible of fire, remained unscorched. Yeah, even though his hand was burning, the his hand was not sensible. He could not feel the fire, and it remained unburnt. Besides, I have not since put up my sword against the Capitol. I met a lion who blazed upon me and went surely by. So he says, besides this, he has seen a lion in the Capitol in the center of the city, and in the lion Casca, looked at Casca in a gloomy and angry manner. It blazed upon him and went by him without harming him. And Cicero and Casca had drawn his sword, and he has not sheathed his swords till the moment, even after he met Cicero. And they were drawn upon a heap 100 ghastly women, transformed with their fire, who swore they saw men all in fire walk up and down the streets. So he also saw that they were drawn, uh, in a heap, 100 horrifying women, and these women were transformed with their fear. They had changed their appearance. Their hair was standing on end, their eyes were staring, and they were trembling, and they were transformed with their fear. And these women swore, they said they saw men all in fire walk up and down the streets. And those women said they saw men lit lit up, they were burning, and they walked up and down the streets. And yesterday the bird of night did sit even at noonday upon the marketplace, hooting and shrieking. And Casca tells Cicero that yesterday the bird of night is the owl, sat in the afternoon in the marketplace, and it was hooting and shrieking. What, when these prodigies do so conjointly meet, let not men say, these are their reasons, they are natural. So when these sort of strange and terrifying and terrible happenings occur together, when they conjointly meet, let people not try to say these are the reasons why they came. These are natural. So let them not try to explain the reasons for such uh, terrifying events. For I believe they are portentous things unto the climate they point upon. So he says these terrifying events are portentous. They point to a future, and they point to what is going to happen. There's going to be a disaster. There's going to be a tragedy in in Rome. So Cicero, indeed, it is a strange disposed time, but men may construe many things after their fashion, clean from the purpose of the things themselves. Come Caesar to the Capitol tomorrow. And so Cicero says, indeed, it is a very strange time, but people think they construe things after their fashion. So what they think, they feel, it is right to them. So that may not be the purpose of the things. So why have these events happened? Why are they happening? We cannot explain. But when we do explain, the explanation seems right to us, but that may not be their purpose. So Cicero asks Casca if Caesar is going to come to the Capitol the next day. The Capitol is the Houses of Parliament. Casca says he doth, for he did bid Antonius send word to you he would be there tomorrow. So Casca says Caesar would come to the Capitol the next day, and Caesar had asked Antony to send word to Cicero that he would be there in the Capitol the next day. Cicero, good night then, Casca. This disturbed sky is not to walk in. So Cicero bids Casca good night, and he says the disturbed sky is not suitable to walk. Casca says, farewell, Cicero. Cicero exits.